Are you learning English? Great! Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Islam is one of the world's biggest religions. More than 2 billion people follow Islam. These people are called Muslims. The final message of Islam was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad about 1400 years ago in the cities of Mecca and Medina. The message of the Quran was revealed to him over 23 years, and it happened in both cities. Today, Mecca and Medina are the part of Saudi Arabia. The word Islam comes from Arabic. Arabic is the language that Muslims use for prayer. Islam means to give yourself to God or to follow God peacefully. Muslims believe in one God. They call God Allah in Arabic. Muslims live all over the world. You can find Muslims in Asia, Africa, Europe, America, and Australia. Indonesia has more Muslims than any other country. Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh also have many Muslims. Interesting fact is that most Muslims do not live in Arab countries. They live in many different places and speak many different languages. Islam teaches people how to live a good life. It tells Muslims how to pray, how to be kind to others, and how to be good people. Muslims believe that life is a test. They believe that if they do good things and follow God, they will go to paradise after they die. People who believed in God and did good things will go to paradise, or heaven, which is a beautiful garden. People who did many bad things might go to hell, a place of punishment. The Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad is the last and most important prophet in Islam. Muslims call him a prophet. A prophet is someone who brings messages from God to people. Muhammad was born in the year 570 in a city called Mecca. Mecca is in Saudi Arabia today. It is the most important city for Muslims. When Muhammad was young, his parents died. His grandfather and then his uncle took care of him. Muhammad grew up and became a trader. A trader is someone who buys and sells things. People liked Muhammad because he was honest. They called him the Trusted One. When Muhammad was 25 years old, he married a woman named Khadija. She was a successful businesswoman. She was older than Muhammad and had her own business. They had a happy marriage and had children together. Muhammad often went to a cave near Mecca to think and pray. The cave was called the Cave of Hira. It was on a mountain. When Muhammad was 40 years old, something amazing happened. Muslims believed that an angel came to him in the cave. The angel's name was Gabriel. Gabriel told Muhammad that he was chosen by God to be a prophet. Gabriel gave Muhammad messages from God. These messages became the Quran, which is the holy book of Islam. Muhammad could not read or write, but he remembered all the messages. He told them to other people, and they wrote them down. At first, Muhammad only told his family and close friends about the messages. His wife Khadijah was the first person to believe him. Then he started telling more people in Mecca. He told them to stop praying to many gods and to pray to one God only. He also told rich people to help poor people. Many people in Mecca did not like Muhammad's message. The leaders of Mecca were angry because people came to Mecca to pray to many different statues of gods. This brought money to the city. If people stopped coming, Mecca would lose money. The leaders started to hurt Muhammad's followers. They made life very difficult for Muslims. In the year 622, Muhammad and his followers moved to another city called Medina. This journey is called the Hijra. It was very important for Islam. Muslims start counting their calendar from this year. In Medina, more people became Muslims. Muhammad became the leader of the city. He made rules for everyone to live together peacefully. Muslims, Jewish people, and others all lived in Medina together. After some years, Muhammad and his followers went back to Mecca. They took control of the city without fighting. Muhammad forgave the people who had hurt him and his followers before. He broke all the 360 statues of gods that were inside and around the Kaaba. This made the Kaaba clean again, a place to worship only the one God. The Kaaba is a square building that Muslims believe Abraham built long ago. It is the most holy place in Islam. Muhammad died in the year 632 when he was 62 years old. By that time, most people in Arabia had become Muslims. Muhammad changed the world with his teachings about one God, helping poor people, and living a good life. The Holy Book, the Quran. The Quran is the most important book in Islam. Muslims believe that the Quran has the exact words of God. They believe God gave these words to Muhammad through the angel Gabriel. It took 23 years for Muhammad to receive all the Quran. The Quran is written in Arabic. Many Muslims learn to read Arabic so they can read the Quran in its original language. But you can also find the Quran translated into many other languages, like English, French, Spanish, Chinese, and many more. The Quran has 11 chapters. Each chapter is called a surah. Some chapters are long and some are short. The shortest chapter has only 3 verses. The longest chapter has 286 verses. Each verse is called an ayah, which means sign in Arabic. The Quran talks about many things. It tells stories about prophets who lived before Muhammad. It talks about Adam and Eve, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Muslims believe all of these people were prophets sent by God. The Quran also teaches Muslims how to live. It tells them how to pray, how to be good to their parents, how to do business honestly, and how to help poor people. Muslims treat the Quran with great respect. They keep it in a clean place, usually high up on a shelf. Before touching the Quran, Muslims wash their hands and face. Many Muslims try to read some of the Quran every day. During the month of Ramadan, many Muslims try to read the whole Quran. Some Muslims memorize the entire Quran. This is a big achievement. A person who memorizes the whole Quran is called a hafiz. There are millions of people in the world who have memorized the entire Quran. Parents feel very proud when their children become hafiz. Muslims have 5 important duties. These are called the 5 pillars of Islam. Pillars means the strong posts that hold up a building. These 5 duties hold up the religion of Islam. Every Muslim tries to do all 5 pillars. The first pillar is Shahada, declaration of faith. The first pillar is the Shahada. This is a sentence that Muslims say to show they believe in Islam. The Shahada says, "There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah." When someone wants to become Muslim, they say the Shahada in front of other Muslims. Muslims also say the Shahada in their daily prayers. The Shahada is very simple but very important. It means that Muslims believe in only one God. They don't pray to statues or pictures. They also believe that Muhammad was God's messenger who brought God's message to people. Second pillar, Salah, prayer. The second pillar is prayer, called Salah in Arabic. Muslims pray 5 times every day. They pray in the early morning before sunrise, at noon, in the afternoon, at sunset, and at night. Each prayer takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Before praying, Muslims wash themselves. They wash their hands, mouth, nose, face, arms, head, and feet. This washing is called wudu. It makes them clean for prayer. When Muslims pray, they stand, bow, and put their foreheads on the ground. This shows respect to God. They say verses from the Quran and talk to God. They thank God and ask for help. Muslims can pray anywhere, at home, at work, in a park, or in a mosque. A mosque is a building where Muslims go to pray together. On Fridays, Muslim men go to the mosque for a special noon prayer. This Friday prayer is called Jummah. The Imam, who is the prayer leader, gives a speech about Islam before the prayer. Women can go to the Friday prayer too, but it is not required for them. The third pillar is zakat. This means giving money to poor people. Muslims who have enough money must give some of it to help others. Usually, they give 2.5% of their extra wealth, like savings, each year. For example, If someone has saved $1,000, they give $25 to poor people. The money from zakat helps many people. It helps poor families buy food and clothes. It helps children go to school. It helps sick people get medicine. It also helps people who have lost their homes because of war or natural disasters. Muslims believe that everything belongs to God. The money they have is a gift from God. By giving zakat, they share God's gifts with others. This makes society more fair and helps everyone live better. Actually, zakat is a very good encouragement for the whole economy of the community. Here is how it works. Imagine some people have extra money that they save. This money is not being used. Zakat takes a small part of this saved money and gives it to people who need things. People who receive zakat money are poorer, so they usually spend it right away. They need to buy important things for their family, like food from the local baker, clothes from the town shop, or medicine. This means the baker and the shop owner get more customers and earn more money. The shop owner is doing well, so they can pay their workers and buy more things to sell. The baker can buy more flour from the farmer. In this way, the money keeps moving around from person to person in the community. It doesn't get stuck in one place. This circle of money helps all the local businesses grow and keeps people in their jobs. So when one person is helped with zakat, the whole community becomes stronger. Many Muslims also give extra charity called sadaqah. This is voluntary. They don't have to do it, but they want to help more. Sadaqah can be money, food, clothes, even a smile or kind words. The fourth pillar is Sawm or fasting in Ramadan. Ramadan is a special month in the Islamic calendar. During this month, Muslims don't eat or drink anything from sunrise to sunset. This is called fasting or Sawm in Arabic. Fasting is not easy. People feel hungry and thirsty, especially in hot weather or when Ramadan comes in summer. But Muslims fast to remember poor people who don't have enough food. They also fast to get closer to God and to learn self-control. Every day during Ramadan, Muslims wake up early before sunrise. They eat breakfast called suhoor. Then they don't eat or drink anything all day. When the sun sets, they break their fast with dates and water. Then they eat dinner, called iftar. Many families eat iftar together. They also invite friends and neighbors to share their food. Not everyone has to fast. Children don't fast. Sick people don't fast. Pregnant women and mothers feeding babies don't have to fast. Old people who are weak don't have to fast. Travelers can choose not to fast. If someone cannot fast for health reasons, they can give food to poor people instead. Ramadan is a happy time for Muslims. Families spend more time together. People read the Quran more. They pray extra prayers at night. They try to be extra kind and patient. At the end of Ramadan, Muslims celebrate a holiday called Eid al-Fitr. They wear new clothes, give gifts to children, and have special meals with family and friends. The fifth pillar is Hajj. Hajj is a journey to Mecca that Muslims try to make at least once in their life. But only Muslims who are healthy enough and have enough money need to go. Poor people don't have to go if they cannot afford it. Hajj happens once a year in the last month of the Islamic calendar. About 2 to 3 million Muslims from all over the world go to Mecca for Hajj. They come from every country, rich and poor, young and old, men and women, people of all colors. This shows that all Muslims are equal in front of God. During Hajj, all men wear the same simple white clothes. These clothes are 2 pieces of white cloth. Women wear simple clothes too, but they can wear any color. Everyone looks the same, whether they are rich or poor. This shows that money and status don't matter to God. Pilgrims, or people doing Hajj, do several things in Mecca and nearby places. They walk around the Kaaba 7 times. They run between 2 hills 7 times, remembering when Abraham's wife Hagar looked for water for her baby. They stand on a plain called Arafat and pray all day. They throw small stones at pillars that represent the devil. At the end, men shave their heads or cut their hair short, and women cut a small piece of their hair. After Hajj, Muslims celebrate another holiday called Eid al-Adha. This holiday remembers when Abraham was ready to sacrifice his son for God, but God gave him a sheep to sacrifice instead. Muslims who can afford it sacrifice an animal like a sheep, goat, or cow. They keep some meat for their family and give the rest to poor people. Muslim beliefs. Muslims believe in several important things. These beliefs shape how they see the world and how they live their lives. Belief in one God. The most important belief in Islam is that there is only one God. Muslims call God Allah, which is the Arabic word for God. Arab Christians also say Allah when they talk about God. Muslims believe God created everything: the earth, the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, all animals, and all people. Muslims believe God has no partners, no parents, and no children. God is not male or female. God doesn't look like anything we can imagine. God is powerful and knows everything. God sees what we do and knows what we think. God is kind and merciful, but also just. This means God rewards good people and punishes bad people. Muslims have 99 special names for God. Each name tells something about God. For example, Ar-Rahman means the most merciful. Al-Hakim means the wise. And As-Salam means the source of peace. Muslims often use these names when they pray. Belief in angels. Muslims believe in angels. Angels are beings made of light. They don't eat or drink. They don't get tired. They always obey God and never do anything wrong. Angels have different jobs. Gabriel is the most famous angel. He brought God's messages to the prophets. Michael is another important angel who brings rain and food to people. There is an angel of death who takes people's souls when they die. Every person has two angels who write down their good and bad deeds. These angels stay with each person all their life. Muslims believe angels are around us, but we cannot see them. Sometimes angels helped prophets in special situations. Angels also pray for good people and ask God to forgive people's mistakes. Belief in prophets. Muslims believe God sent many prophets to guide people. A prophet is someone who receives messages from God and teaches people how to live good lives. Muslims believe there were thousands of prophets throughout history. They came to different peoples in different times. Some famous prophets in Islam include Adam, the first human and first prophet; Noah, who built the ark to save people and animals from the flood; Abraham, who built the Kaaba in Mecca; Moses, who led the Jewish people out of Egypt; Jesus, who Muslims believe was a great prophet, but not God's son; and Muhammad, the last prophet. Muslims respect all prophets. They believe all prophets taught the same basic message: worship one God and be good to other people. Muslims say, "Peace be upon him," after saying any prophet's name to show respect. Belief in holy books. Muslims believe God sent holy books to some prophets. These books had God's guidance for people. The main holy books are the Torah, given to Moses; the Psalms, given to David; the Gospel, given to Jesus; and the Quran, given to Muhammad. Muslims believe the Quran is the final and complete message from God. They believe the other books were changed over time, but the Quran stays exactly as God revealed it. That's why Muslims think the Quran is the most important book to follow. Belief in the Day of Judgment. Muslims believe that one day the world will end. This day is called the Day of Judgment or Day of Resurrection. On this day, God will bring everyone back to life, even people who died thousands of years ago. Then God will judge everyone based on their deeds. People who believed in God and did good deeds will go to paradise, or heaven. Paradise is described as a beautiful garden with rivers, delicious food, and everything that makes people happy. People will live there forever, and never get sick, old, or sad. People who didn't believe in God or did many bad deeds might go to hell. Hell is described as a place of fire and punishment. However, Muslims believe God is very merciful. If people are sorry for their bad deeds and ask God for forgiveness, God might forgive them. Belief in God's plan. Muslims believe God knows everything that will happen. God has a plan for everything. This is called qadar in Arabic. However, Muslims also believe people have free will. This means people can choose to do good things or bad things. People are responsible for their choices. When something bad happens, Muslims often say, "It was God's will," or "God knows best." This helps them accept difficult things in life. When they talk about future plans, Muslims say, "Inshallah," which means, "if God wills." This shows they believe God controls the future. Different groups in Islam. Like other religions, Islam has different groups. The two biggest groups are Sunni and Shia. Most Muslims, about 85 to 90%, are Sunni. About 10 to 15% are Shia. Both groups believe in the same God, the same Prophet Muhammad, and the same Quran. But they have some differences in their practices and beliefs about Islamic history. Sunni Muslims. Sunni Muslims are the largest group. The word Sunni comes from Sunnah, which means the way Muhammad lived and taught. Sunni Muslims believe that after Muhammad died, his close friends became the leaders of the Muslim community. These leaders were called caliphs. The first 4 caliphs were Abu Bakr, Muhammad's close friend, Umar, another close friend, Uthman, who married 2 of Muhammad's daughters, and Ali, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law. Sunni Muslims respect all 4 of these caliphs. They believe these men were good leaders who tried to follow Muhammad's teachings. Sunni Muslims have 4 main schools of Islamic law. These schools have slightly different ideas about some religious practices, but they all accept each other as correct. Shia Muslims. Shia Muslims believe that Ali should have been the first leader after Muhammad died. They believe Muhammad chose Ali to be his successor. They think the first 3 caliphs took Ali's rightful position. The word Shia means followers of Ali. Shia Muslims believe in special leaders called imams. They believe these imams come from Muhammad's family through Ali and Muhammad's daughter Fatima. Shia Muslims believe these imams have special spiritual knowledge from God. The largest group of Shia Muslims believes in 12 imams. They think the 12th imam is still alive but hidden, and he will return one day to bring justice to the world. Shia Muslims have some practices that are different from Sunni Muslims. For example, they combine some prayers. They still pray 5 times, but they do them in 3 time slots during the day. Most Shia Muslims live in Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, and Bahrain. They also live in many other countries. Despite their differences, Sunni and Shia Muslims pray in the same direction, read the same Quran, and go to the same Hajj in Mecca. Sufism. Sufism is not a separate group, but a way of practicing Islam that focuses on spiritual experience. Sufis want to feel close to God through prayer, meditation, and remembering God. They often gather in groups to pray and sing religious songs together. Many Sufis follow a spiritual teacher called a sheikh. The sheikh teaches them how to purify their hearts and get closer to God. Some Sufis do a special spinning dance as a form of prayer. The most famous are the whirling dervishes in Turkey. Sufism exists in both Sunni and Shia Islam. Some Muslims think Sufism is very important, while others think some Sufi practices are not part of true Islam. Famous Sufi poets like Rumi wrote beautiful poems about loving God that many people still read today. Islamic culture and daily life. Islam affects many parts of daily life for Muslims. It gives them guidance about what to eat, how to dress, how to do business, and how to treat other people. Food rules. Muslims have special rules about food. Food that Muslims can eat is called halal, which means allowed. Food that Muslims cannot eat is called haram, which means forbidden. Muslims cannot eat pork, pig meat, or anything from pigs. Blood. Animals that died by themselves, not slaughtered properly. Animals that eat other animals, like lions. Alcohol or any drinks that make people drunk. For meat to be halal, the animal must be killed in a special way. The person killing the animal must say, "In the name of Allah," and cut the animal's throat quickly so it doesn't suffer. The blood must drain out of the meat. Muslims can eat all fruits and vegetables, fish and seafood, meat from cows, sheep, goats, and chickens if killed the halal way, milk, eggs, and cheese, bread, rice, and pasta. In Muslim countries, most restaurants serve halal food. In other countries, Muslims look for halal restaurants or cook at home. Many foods and grocery stores now have halal labels to help Muslims shop. Clothing and modesty. Islam teaches both men and women to dress modestly. Modest means not showing too much of the body, but different Muslims understand this differently. Some are very strict and others are more relaxed. For men, the basic rule is to cover from the navel to the knees. Many Muslim men also wear a small cap called a kufi when they pray. Some men grow beards because Muhammad had a beard. For women, most Muslims believe they should cover everything except their face and hands when they are in public. Many Muslim women wear a headscarf called a hijab. The hijab covers the hair and neck but shows the face. Some women also wear loose clothes that don't show the shape of their body. In some countries, some women wear a niqab, which covers the face except for the eyes. A few women wear a burqa, which covers everything, including the eyes, with a mesh to see through. These parts of clothing are quite a difficult question. Most Muslims see these as a personal or cultural choice. A smaller number of Muslims believe they are a religious requirement. Muslim women dress modestly for several reasons. They believe God asked them to do this. They feel it helps people focus on their personality and intelligence rather than their appearance. Many Muslim women are proud to wear hijab and see it as part of their identity. Family life. Family is very important in Islam. Muslims believe that having a good family helps create a good society. Parents must take care of their children, and children must respect and obey their parents. Getting married is encouraged in Islam. Muslims see marriage as a contract between a man and a woman. In traditional Islamic law, a man can marry up to 4 wives, but only if he can treat them all equally and fairly. This is very difficult, so most Muslim men have only 1 wife. In many Muslim countries today, having more than 1 wife is rare or even illegal. When Muslims get married, the man gives the woman a gift called mahar. This gift can be money, jewelry, or anything else valuable. This gift belongs to the woman, and she can use it however she wants. Muslim parents must provide for their children and teach them about Islam. They teach their children to pray, to read the Quran, and to be good people. When parents get old, their children must take care of them. Putting parents in nursing homes is not common in Muslim culture. Muslims believe that caring for elderly parents is a religious duty. Work and business. Islam has rules about work and business. Muslims must earn money in honest ways. They cannot cheat, lie, or steal. They cannot sell things that are haram, like alcohol or pork. They cannot charge interest on loans because this is seen as taking advantage of people who need help. Instead of regular banks, some Muslims use Islamic banks. These banks don't charge interest. Instead, they share in the profits and losses of businesses. If a business makes money, the bank gets a share. If a business loses money, the bank shares the loss. Muslims should be fair to their workers. They must pay workers on time and give them fair wages. Islam teaches that work is a form of worship if it's done honestly and helps society. Education. Education is very important in Islam. The first word revealed to Muhammad was read. Muslims believe that seeking knowledge is a religious duty. Both men and women should get education. In Islamic history, Muslims made many important discoveries in science, math, and medicine. They started some of the world's first universities. The University of Al-Qarawiyyin in Morocco, started in 859, is considered the oldest continuously running university in the world. Today, Muslim parents work hard to educate their children. In many Muslim countries, both boys and girls go to school. Many Muslims also send their children to Islamic schools on weekends to learn about their religion, how to read the Quran in Arabic, and how to pray properly. Islamic holidays and celebrations. Muslims have two main holidays and several other important days throughout the year. Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is the celebration at the end of Ramadan. After fasting for a month, Muslims celebrate with a big feast. The night before Eid, people often stay up late preparing food and getting ready. Many people decorate their homes and streets with lights and decorations. On the morning of Eid, Muslims wake up early and put on their best clothes. Many people wear new clothes specially bought for Eid. They go to the mosque or an open area for special Eid prayers. Thousands of people pray together, showing Muslim unity. After prayers, people visit family and friends. They eat special foods and sweets. In many countries, people make special cookies and cakes for Eid. Children receive gifts and money from adults. This money is called Eid. People also give money to poor people so everyone can celebrate. Eid al-Fitr lasts for 3 days. During this time, Muslims visit relatives they haven't seen in a while. They forgive each other for any problems in the past year. It's a time of happiness, forgiveness, and starting fresh. Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha is the other major holiday. It happens about 2 months after Eid al-Fitr. This holiday remembers the story of Abraham, who was willing to sacrifice his son because God asked him to. At the last moment, God provided a sheep to sacrifice instead. On Eid al-Adha, Muslims who can afford it sacrifice an animal, usually a sheep, goat, cow, or camel. The meat is divided into 3 parts, 1/3 for the family, 1/3 for friends and neighbors, and 1/3 for poor people. This ensures everyone can eat meat even if they cannot afford it. Like Eid al-Fitr, people wear nice clothes, pray together, and visit family and friends. The holiday lasts for 4 days. It's a time to remember that we should be willing to give up things for God and to share with others. Other important days. Muslims observe several other important days. The birthday of Prophet Muhammad, or Maulid. Some Muslims celebrate this day with prayers and stories about Muhammad's life. Others don't celebrate it because they think Muhammad wouldn't want to be celebrated like this. Isra and Mi'raj. This remembers the night when Muslims believe Muhammad traveled from Mecca to Jerusalem and then up to heaven to meet God. Laylat el-Qadr, or the Night of Power. This is a special night during the last 10 days of Ramadan. Muslims believe this is when the first verses of the Quran were revealed. They spend the night praying and reading the Quran. Islamic New Year, the first day of the Islamic calendar. Some Muslims reflect on the past year and make goals for the new year. Ashura, an important day especially for Shia Muslims who remember the death of Hussein, Muhammad's grandson. They feel sad, and some participate in mourning ceremonies. Places of worship. Mosques. A mosque, called masjid in Arabic, is where Muslims go to pray. Every city with Muslims has at least one mosque. Big cities might have hundreds of mosques. The word masjid means place of prostration, the place where people bow down to God. Mosques can be big or small, simple or decorated. Some mosques are beautiful buildings with domes and tall towers called minarets. Others are simple rooms in buildings. What makes a place a mosque is that Muslims gather there to pray. Most mosques have these features: a prayer hall where people pray, a mihrab, which is a niche in the wall that shows the direction to Mecca, a mimbar, which is a pulpit where the imam gives speeches, a place to wash before prayer, and separate prayer areas for men and women. Before entering the prayer area, people take off their shoes. This keeps the mosque clean because people put their foreheads on the floor when they pray. The prayer area usually has carpets or rugs. Many mosques have beautiful geometric patterns and Arabic calligraphy as decoration, but no pictures of people or animals. 5 times a day, someone calls Muslims to prayer. This call is called the azan. In Muslim countries, you can hear the azan from the mosque speakers. The person who calls to prayer is called a muezzin. Mosques are not just for prayer. They are community centers where Muslims learn, meet, and help each other. Many mosques have classes where children and adults learn about Islam. Some mosques have libraries, gyms, and social halls. During Ramadan, many mosques serve free iftar meals to anyone who comes. Holy sites. There are several places that are especially holy for Muslims. Mecca is the holiest city in Islam. The Kaaba, a cube-shaped building covered in black cloth, is there. Muslims face toward the Kaaba when they pray. Only Muslims are allowed to enter Mecca. Millions of Muslims visit Mecca every year for Hajj or Umrah, a smaller pilgrimage that can be done anytime. Medina is the second holiest city. Muhammad is buried there in the Prophet's mosque. Muslims who go to Hajj usually also visit Medina to pray in the Prophet's mosque and visit Muhammad's grave. Jerusalem is the third holiest city. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is there. Muslims believe Muhammad prayed there and went up to heaven from there. Jerusalem is holy for Jewish and Christian people too, which sometimes causes conflicts about who controls the city. Islam in the modern world. Today, Islam is practiced in every country in the world. Muslims face both opportunities and challenges in the modern world. Muslims in different countries. Muslims are the majority in about 50 countries. These countries are in the Middle East, North Africa, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. Countries like Saudi Arabia and Iran have Islamic governments that use Islamic law. Countries like Turkey and Indonesia have secular governments, but most people are Muslim. In Western countries like the United States, Britain, France, and Germany, Muslims are minorities. Some Muslims in these countries are immigrants or children of immigrants. Others converted to Islam. Muslims in Western countries sometimes face challenges practicing their religion, like finding halal food or getting time off work for prayers and holidays. Technology and Islam. Modern technology has changed how Muslims practice their religion. Smartphone apps help Muslims know prayer times and find the direction to Mecca. People can read the Quran on their phones or tablets. They can listen to Quran recitations and Islamic lectures online. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many mosques streamed prayers online. Muslims celebrated Eid virtually with family members in other countries. Technology helps Muslims stay connected to their faith even when they cannot go to the mosque. Social media helps Muslims share their faith and learn from scholars around the world. Young Muslims use Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok to talk about Islam and show what life as a Muslim is really like. This helps fight stereotypes and misunderstandings about Islam. Challenges facing Muslims. Balancing tradition and modernity is another challenge. Some Muslims struggle to follow Islamic teachings while living in modern society. For example, how can Muslims do banking without interest? How can Muslim women be modest while playing sports? Muslims find creative solutions to these challenges. Political conflicts in some Muslim countries cause suffering. Wars and poverty force many Muslims to leave their homes as refugees. Other Muslims around the world try to help by sending aid and welcoming refugees. Positive contributions. Muslims make many positive contributions to the world. Charity. Muslims give billions of dollars in zakat and other charity every year. Islamic charities help people of all religions during disasters and crises. Education. Muslims value education highly. Many Muslims become doctors, engineers, teachers, and scientists. They contribute to human knowledge and help their communities. Business. Islamic finance offers ethical alternatives to conventional banking. Many non-Muslims now use Islamic financial products because they are fair and stable. Interfaith dialogue. Many Muslims work with people of other religions to promote peace and understanding. They show that people of different faiths can be friends and work together. Art and culture. Muslims create beautiful art, architecture, and literature. Islamic geometric patterns inspire artists worldwide. Muslim writers, filmmakers, and musicians share their perspectives and enrich global culture. Common questions about Islam. Many people have questions about Islam. Here are answers to some common questions. Why do some Muslim women cover their hair? Muslim women who wear hijab do so because they believe God asked them to dress modestly. They see it as an act of worship and a way to be recognized as Muslim. Many Muslim women choose to wear hijab and feel empowered by it. However, some Muslim women choose not to cover their hair, and there are different opinions about this among Muslims. Can Muslims be friends with non-Muslims? Yes, absolutely. The Quran tells Muslims to be kind and just to everyone. Muhammad had good relations with non-Muslims. Muslims can be friends with, work with, and even marry people of other faiths. Muslim men can marry Christian or Jewish women. Islam teaches respect for all people. What does Islam say about violence? Islam strongly forbids killing innocent people. The Quran says that killing one innocent person is like killing all of humanity, and saving one person is like saving all of humanity. Are all Muslims Arab? No, most Muslims are not Arab. Only about 20% of Muslims are Arab. The country with the most Muslims is Indonesia, which is in Southeast Asia. Many Muslims live in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Turkey, Iran, and African countries. Muslims come from every race and ethnicity. How do Muslims view Jesus? Muslims love and respect Jesus, called Isa in Arabic. They believe he was one of the most important prophets. Muslims believe in his miraculous birth to Mary, his miracles, and that he will return before the day of judgment. However, Muslims don't believe Jesus was the Son of God or that he died on the cross. They believe he was a human prophet, not divine. Why do Muslims pray 5 times a day? Muslims pray 5 times daily to maintain their connection with God throughout the day. Each prayer is a reminder to be grateful and to live according to God's guidance. The prayers are spread throughout the day, dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and night. So Muslims remember God regularly, not just once a week. Conclusion. Islam is a rich and diverse religion followed by about a quarter of the world's population. At its heart, Islam teaches belief in one God, following the example of Prophet Muhammad, and living a good life to earn paradise after death. The 5 pillars of Islam give Muslims a framework for worship and life. Through declaring their faith, praying regularly, giving to charity, fasting in Ramadan, and going on pilgrimage, Muslims express their devotion to God and build a strong community. Islamic teachings cover all aspects of life, from what to eat to how to do business. While Muslims share core beliefs, they come from many different cultures and have various ways of practicing their faith. Some Muslims are very traditional, while others adapt their practice to modern life. In today's connected world, Muslims contribute to every field of human endeavor. They are doctors healing patients, teachers educating children, artists creating beauty, and neighbors helping their communities. Despite facing challenges like discrimination, most Muslims work for peace, justice, and understanding between all people. Learning about Islam helps build bridges between people of different faiths and cultures. When we understand each other better, we can work together to make the world a better place for everyone. Islam's message of worshiping one God, caring for the poor, and living righteously continues to guide and inspire Muslims around the world today. Whether you are Muslim or not, understanding Islam helps you understand the beliefs and practices of nearly 2 billion people worldwide. In our world, this knowledge promotes respect and peace among all people, regardless of their faith. What part of Islam's long history do you find most surprising or inspiring?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world.